Hello, my name is Abhishek, and in this video, let's discuss a very good set from CAT 2023 reasoning section, slot 3. And the question is basically it was based on sale of AC, so let's name it sale of AC set. And the question goes like so, an air conditioner company has four dealers D1, D2, D3, and D4 in a city. It is evaluating sales performance of these dealers. The company sells two variants of AC, window and split. Both these variants can be either inverter type or non-inverter type. It is known that of the total number of ACs sold in the city, 25% were of window variant and the remaining were split. Among the inverter ACs sold, 20% were of window variant. The following information is also known. Every dealer sold at least two windows AC. D1 sold 13 inverter ACs while D3 5 non-inverter. A total of 6 window non-inverter ACs and 36 split inverter ACs were sold. The number of split ACs sold by D1 was twice the number of window ACs sold by it. D3 and D4 sold an equal number of window AC, and this number was one-third of the number of similar ACs sold by D2. D2 and D3 were the only ones who sold window non-inverter ACs. The number of these ACs sold by D2 was twice the number of these ACs sold by D3. And last, D3 and D4 sold an equal number of split inverter AC. This number was half the number of similar ACs sold by D2. सो ओवरऑल ये पूरा पढ़ के हमको एक पता चलता है कि जो क्वेश्चन है वो किस तरह पे बेस्ड है, किस तरह का होना चाहिए. तो बेसिकली इसका एक टेबुलर स्ट्रक्चर बनना चाहिए जिसमें एक तरफ वी कैन हैव डीलर्स D1, D2 एंड सो ऑन लाइक दिस. देन we can have one column for window AC and one for split AC. Further, in window AC, we can have a specific column for inverter and one for non-inverter type AC. तो इस तरह का एक स्ट्रक्चर बनना चाहिए. देखिए, एक स्ट्रक्चर माइंड में आते ही थोड़ा कंपैरेटिवली इजी हो जाता है क्वेश्चन हमारे लिए सॉल्व करना. नाउ व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज सिंपली पॉज दिस वीडियो. एक बार आप खुद ये सेट ट्राई करिए. इन केस यू आर एबल टू सॉल्व इट, गुड. नोट द टाइमिंग एज वेल. नहीं होता है तो आप आगे कंटिन्यू करके इसका सॉल्यूशन देखिए. ओके, सो लेट्स मूव अहेड विद द सॉल्यूशन पार्ट. सॉल्यूशन पार्ट में चलते हैं. सो एज वी हैव प्रिपेयर्ड दिस टेबल स्ट्रक्चर, तो एक बार इसको कैसे फिल करना है वो अपन स्टार्ट करते हैं सॉल्व करना. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है काम की उसको नोट करते हुए रहना जरूरी रहता है. तो इंफॉर्मेशन यहां से स्टार्ट हो रहा है. इट इज नोन दैट द टोटल नंबर ऑफ विंडोज एसी सोल्ड इन द सिटी वाज 25% of window variant. So window variant were 25% basically, and the remaining, that means 75% must be split then, right? Among the inverter AC sold, 20% were of window variant. तो जो भी total inverter ACs बिके हैं उसमें से 20%, let us assume that total number of I inverter ACs were sold. Total number of I inverter ACs were sold. Out of these I ACs, 20%, here it is 20% of I, and the remaining 80% of I must come over here. ये भी इंफॉर्मेशन हमने यूज कर ली है. देन एवरी डीलर सोल्ड एटलीस्ट टू विंडोज एसी. तो जो भी विंडो एसी है उसका टोटल एटलीस्ट टू होना चाहिए. यहाँ पे हम नोट कर लेते हैं एटलीस्ट टू, एटलीस्ट टू, एटलीस्ट टू, एटलीस्ट टू फॉर विंडो एसी ना. यहाँ पे डब्ल्यू भी लिख लेते हैं, दैट इज फॉर विंडो एसी. ठीक है, तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन यूज करना बचा है. D1 सोल्ड 13 इन्वर्टर एसीज. नाउ सी D1 का टोटल इन्वर्टर का सेल इज 13, राइट? सो लेट अस अज्यूम ये X है. Out of 13 inverter ACs sold, X were of window type. So remaining 13 minus X must be of inverter. So here we are introducing variables जो हम बाद में solve कर लेंगे, right? So we have used this information as well. First हमने use कर लिया था. Next is, while D3 sold 5 non-inverter ACs. D3 का non-inverter were 5. D3 का, so let us assume this to be Y and this will be 5 minus Y then. Total is 5. A total of 6 window non-inverter ACs were sold. Window non-inverter, the total is 6. This total must be 6, right? And 36 split inverter ACs were sold. 36 split inverter ACs. So I think this number is directly given to us. 36 inverter. So this 80% of I, this already is given as 36. Now, if this is 36, this is 1/4 of this, right? So this is 36, so this is 1/4 of 36, that is 9. तो हमें ये values मिल चुकी. So we can remove this. जितने कम वेरिएबल रहेंगे उतना easy solve करना रहेगा. So since this value is directly given to us and we already knew that the ratio between inverter window and inverter split was 1:4. So if this is 36, this must be 9. यहाँ से ये value हमको मिल गया है. आगे चलते हैं. Then we have, so we have used this third information as well. Fourth, the number of split ACs sold by D1 was twice the number of Windows AC sold by it. D1 का जो split AC का sale था, वो double था as compared to window AC. So let us assume this to be Z and this to be A for once, right? Now we know that X plus Z, this is the sale of window AC by D1. And twice of this must be equal to the sale of split AC by D1, and that is 13 minus X plus A. So on solving this, we'll have A as 3X, right, plus 2Z minus 13. So let us remove this A and simply we can write over here 3X minus plus 2Z minus 13. Fine. So हम A को remove कर देते हैं. जितने कम वेरिएबल रहेंगे उतना बेटर रहेगा हमारे लिए. So we have simply removed this A. Fine. आगे देखते हैं. So we have used this information as well. D3 and D4 sold an equal number of window AC, and this number was 1/3 of the number of ACs, window ACs, similar ACs, that is window AC sold by D2. So we are talking about window ACs only. So D3 and D4. So this number is equal to this number, and these two are equal to 1/3 of this. So मैं यहाँ पे 3 lines बना देता हूँ just to understand that D2 का जो total sale था window AC का वो thrice था as compared to D3 and D4. They were having equal sale, right? So we have used this as well. Next information is D2 and D3 were the only ones who sold window non-inverter AC. D2 and D3 were the only one. That means D1 का window non-inverter का sale was 0, and the same goes for D4 as well. ये भी 0 होना चाहिए, right? And the number of these AC sold by D2 was twice the number of AC sold by D3. And the number of these AC, as in window non-inverter AC sold by D2, window non-inverter AC, this is twice the number of these AC sold by D3. So this is Y, so this must be 2Y. Now we know that this 0 plus 2Y plus Y plus 0 must be equal to 6. So basically 3Y must be equal to 6. And on solving this, we will get Y as 2. So यहाँ पर basically we have this as 4, this as 2. सारी values हमें मिल चुकी है. We have got the value of Y as 2. So now simply remove this variable. Z is 0. So we can simply remove this as well. Y is 2, right? यहाँ से Z को simply remove किया जा सकता है. So this will be 3x minus 13. Right? This, I'm just removing this as we have already used this information. And this 5 minus Y then must be equal to 3. As Y is 2, so 5 minus Y must be equal to 3. तो हमारा ये टेबल स्ट्रक्चर बन चुका है अभी तक. ये -13 को यहाँ रख देते हैं. Right? इतना कर चुके हैं हम लोग. And we have used this 0.6 also. Now our last point, D3 and D4 sold an equal number of split inverter AC. D3 and D4 sold an equal number of split inverter AC. D3 and D4. So let this be B, and this must also be B. Equal number दे रखा है. And this number was half the number of split AC sold by D2. Same as in we are talking about split inverter AC. So D2 का जो split inverter AC है, that must be double of this. Fine. ये हम कर चुके हैं. Removing the information that we have already utilized. Fine. Now see, हमारे पास ये information आ चुका है पूरा. अब इस information को कैसे solve करना है, किस तरह से हमको करना चाहिए, वो एक बार focus करते हैं. Now see, first of all, let us focus on the variables that we have. Now here 13 minus x. Now this 13 minus x is some number, integral number. Nah? So this must be greater than or equal to 0, right? So from here, we can say that, sorry, this is 3x minus 13, na? 3x minus 13. This 13 minus x, obviously, this also need to be greater than or equal to 0. So x is some number which is less than or equal to 13. And from here, we can say that 3x minus 13 must also be greater than or equal to 0, or x must be greater than or equal to 13 by 3. And for that to be integral, the minimum value of x that we can have is 5. So we can have x as 5, right? Now see, यदि हम x को 5 लेते हैं, let us go ahead with the minimum value of x that we can have. So if this is 5, so this will become 8. 13 minus 5 is 8. This will become 2. Fine. Now see, the total number of inverter ACs window type is 9 only. And we must have at least 2 windows AC sold by each of the dealer as per this condition. This condition that we have noted over here, at least 2 window ACs were sold by each of the dealer. So the minimum value that we can have over here is 2. In case हम यहाँ पे 2 लेते हैं, so the total number of window AC sold by D4 is 2. And as per the condition given that the total number of window AC sold by D4 and D3 was equal, so this must also be equal to 2. ये भी 2 होना चाहिए, तो यहाँ पर 0 आ जाएगा. And we again have one condition that D2 sold thrice the number of ACs as sold by D3 or D4. So the total number of ACs with D2 must be 6. So here it must be 2. और आप देखेंगे ये केस बैठ भी रहा है. 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 is 9, जो हमें required था. Now suppose this was one of the assumptions that the minimum, we have taken the minimum value of x, that is 5, right? Now let us go ahead with the minimum value of x is 6. Let us assume it to be 6, right? हम यदि x को 6 ले लेते हैं, तो यदि यहाँ पर 6 आता है, so the total of these three must be equal to 3 then, and we have to take 2 over here. तो यहाँ पर इसको भी 2 करने के लिए 0 करना पड़ेगा, because the total number of AC sold by D3 and D4 window type were same. तो यहाँ पे 0 करना पड़ेगा और यहाँ पर हमको 1 करना पड़ेगा, तो ये टोटल 5 हो पाएगा, जो कि D3 और D4 का थ्राइस नहीं हो पाएगा, राइट? तो यहाँ पर जो अपना assumption था कि x can take a value as 5 only, वो परफेक्ट था. यहाँ पर x की वैल्यू 5 ही आएगी. इनफैक्ट it's not like we have directly taken the value as 5. That was the minimum value that x can have. Now you can try with x as 6, or you can, let me show you a case. Let us assume x to be 7. Let us assume x to be 7. So जब x को 7 ले लेते हैं, तो this will become 7. Now the total of these three must be equal to 2 only. क्यों? क्योंकि the total of inverter window type AC is given as 9. तो यदि तीनों का total 2 होगा, and as per the condition कि एटलीस्ट 2 विंडो एसी सेल किए थे और डीलर ने, यहाँ पर 2 देना जरूरी होगा. तो इन दैट पर्टिकुलर केस इट विल बी 0 and 0. So the condition that is given to us that the number of AC sold by D2 is thrice as compared to D3 or D4, वो गलत हो जाएगा, वो satisfy नहीं हो पाएगा, right? So from here we can say that the value of x has to be 5 only. So x is 5 basically, right? Now if x is 5, we have got this value as well. This is 8 and this is 2, right? Or we have satisfied this condition as well. तो हम इसको भी रिमूव कर देते हैं, जो भी कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करते हैं उसको रिमूव कर देते हैं. यहाँ तक ये वैल्यूज आ चुकी हैं. नाउ वी नो दैट द टोटल नंबर ऑफ स्प्लिट इन्वर्टर टाइप एसी इज 36, राइट? नाउ 8 plus 4b must be equal to 36, or 4b comes out to be how much? 28. From here b comes out to be 7. So we have this value as 14. This is 2b 14. This is 7 and this is 7 again, right? Again, this is one information which is again left. We have not used this. The number of window to split AC was 1:3, 25-75%, right? Total window AC sold is 15. So total window split AC sold must be 45 then, out of which 36 are inverter type. So remaining 9 must be of non-inverter type. So यहाँ से ये वाला टोटल भी हमें पता चल चुका है, right? Now let us remove the information that we have already utilized. So यहाँ से from this ratio हमें ये 9 पता चल चुका है, so ये यूटिलाइज हो चुका है. x की वैल्यू हम कैलकुलेट कर चुके हैं, ये यूटिलाइज हो चुका है. b की वैल्यू हमने फाइंड कर ली, ये यूटिलाइज हो चुका है. इन्वर्टर ये वाले सारे पॉइंट्स हमने यूटिलाइज कर ली, ठीक है? तो बेसिकली हमें सारा नंबर पता चल चुका है. ओनली द रिमेनिंग वैल्यूज लेफ्ट आर दैट आर split non-inverter type D2 and D4. इनका वैल्यू हमें पता नहीं चला है, but then we can say that the total split non-inverter were 9, out of which these are 5. So the total of these two must be equal to 4. Fine. So in this way हमें almost सारी values पता चल चुकी हैं. ये पता नहीं चल पा रही individual value, although we know that the sum must be equal to 4. So now let us move to question part. देखते हैं किस तरह के questions हैं. Okay. So this is the table जो हमारी बन चुकी थी. How many split inverter ACs did D2 sell? Split inverter D2. Answer is 14. What percentage of AC sold were of non-inverter type? So non-inverter we have 6 and 9, 15 ACs, and total number of ACs is, this is 9 and 9, 18, 24 and 36 is 60. So 15 over 16 to 100, that is 25% simply. What was the total number of ACs sold by D2 and D4? Now see, we are not sure about these two values. Let this be x, so this must be 4 minus x. हमने देखा था कि इनका sum is 4, right? So एक value x है, तो other must be 4 minus x, right? What was the total number of AC sold by D2 and D4 together? So this is 2, 4, 14, which makes it 20 plus x, right? And by D4 is 2 plus 7, that is 9 plus 4 minus x. This x and x gets cancelled out. So in total, we have 33 AC sold by these two dealers. Which of the following statement is necessarily false? D2 sold the highest number of ACs. Now see, D2 sold the highest number of AC. We are not sure about the total number of AC sold by D2 because we are not sure about this particular value, split non-inverter type sold by D2. Now let us try to solve this question. Okay, so this value is something. This is the total number of AC sold by D2 is 20 plus some value. We are not sure about this value, but we know that this maximum value of x can be 4 only, right? And the total number of AC sold by D1 was 13 and 2 15. That by D3 was 9 and 3 12. And again, we are not sure about this value, but if this is x, so this must be 4 minus x, right? So this is 9 plus 4, 13 minus x. Fine. Now D2 sold highest number of ACs. Now see, ये तो सही स्टेटमेंट होगा. If we assume x to be 0, यदि हम x को 0 भी ले लेते हैं, तो भी that is 20, which comes out to be the highest value among the 4 dealers, right? So this is true. We are looking for a false statement. D1 and D3 together sold more ACs as compared to D2 and D4. D1 and D3. So as per the question, D1 and D3 must be greater than D2 and D4. D1 and D3, the total is 15 plus 12, that is 27. And we know that the total number of ACs was 60. Out of which 27 यहाँ आ जाते हैं, तो here it must be 33. Fine. Okay, so this basically is false, right? So 27 greater than 33 is false. ये तो नहीं हो सकता है बिल्कुल. Now D1 and D3 sold equal number of split AC. D1 split AC is 10 and D3 split AC is 10 again. So yes, this number is same. So this is again true. Although we have got our answer, but still we are checking for all the options. D4 sold more split AC as compared to D3. D4 split. The split AC by D4 is this is 11 minus x, and this value is greater than split AC of D3. D3 is 10. Now, as we are not sure about the value of x, it can be 0 and the maximum value can be 4. So we are not sure about the value of x, so we cannot comment anything on this. And in this equation, it is asked that it must be necessarily false. So we cannot comment anything for this one. Sorry. So we were asked about the false statement, definitely false statement, that is obviously B. And last question, if D3 and D4 sold an equal number of AC, D3 and D4 sold an equal number of AC. So that means 12 must be equal to 13 minus x. From here, we get the value of x is 1. So if x equal to 1 basically, then what was the number of non-inverter ACs sold by D2? D2 ka non-inverter we need to find out. D2 ka non-inverter. So window is 4 and split is x. Now x is 1. So total is 5. So overall, this question was not that difficult. In fact, we can say that this was one of the easy questions in this particular slot. So the estimated time which you can take to solve such type of question when it comes in CAD must not be greater than 8 to 9 minutes. This is the maximum time. Maximum you can say 10 minutes. इससे ज़्यादा exceed नहीं करना चाहिए इस type के sets पे. Fine. So I hope this is clear to you. आपको समझ में आया होगा. Thank you so much for watching the video.